Dear Dharma Masters and Lotus friends, Namo Ami Tuo. This evening, Fuxing would like to share with you Master Huijing's teaching on the vital role of a virtuous Dharma teacher, along with some of my personal reflections. There's a saying, without someone to explain the Buddha-Dharma, even the wise cannot understand it. No matter how intelligent we are, we may struggle to grasp the true essence of Buddha's teachings without the guidance and mentoring of a virtuous Dharma teacher. This is why having such a mentor is of paramount importance. The Venerable Ananda once asked Shakyamuni Buddha, is a virtuous Dharma teacher half the journey to enlightenment? Most people assume that attainment of enlightenment requires both personal effort and the guidance of a Dharma mentor. However, the Buddha replied, no, a virtuous Dharma teacher constitutes the complete set of causes and conditions for attaining Buddhahood. This challenges our common assumptions. If enlightenment depends entirely on a virtuous Dharma teacher, then where does our own diligent practice and cultivation of wisdom fit in? By way of illustration, imagine a stone placed in water. It sinks. A small stone will sink just as surely as a large one, because sinking is the nature of stone. However, if placed on a solid boat, even the biggest rock will float. In the same way, an ordinary being laden with most serious karmic transgressions may, at death, face the fires of hell. Yet, if guided by a virtuous Dharma teacher, he can still escape samsara and attain Buddhahood upon rebirth in Amitabha's land of ultimate bliss. Such a Dharma mentor might tell him, just recite Namo Ami Tuo. If you can't, listen to my chanting and follow along. Even this simple act can free you from hell and lead you to the land of ultimate bliss. This evil man, who has committed the 5 gravest karmic transgressions and 10 evil actions in his life, repeated Namo Ami Tuo after the Dharma friend. He has no clue as to what Namo Ami Tuo means. Neither does he know that Amitabha Buddha has made 48 great vows after 5 eons of contemplation and spent countless eons to accumulate virtuous bodhisattvas cultivations solely for the purpose of delivering him to the land of ultimate bliss. The result? The infernal flames bloom into a radiant red lotus, transporting him to that land. Amitabha's vow to save sentient beings are firm and powerful, and his name, which embodies merits and virtues, resonates throughout the universe. Yet, without the guidance of a virtuous Dharma teacher, Amitabha's name and deliverance remains out of reach, and those destined for hell's realm will still fall. If the simple existence of Amitabha's name and deliverance can liberate that wicked man out of samsara, we all should have been liberated and become Buddha when Dhammakara Bodhisattva did 10 eons ago. But why do we still remain in the cycle of birth and death? Because we have not encountered a virtuous Dharma teacher. This highlights the vital role of a such a friend in our path to enlightenment. Namo Ami Tuofo. Dear Lotus friends, do you also feel as I do how truly fortunate we are in this lifetime to have the opportunity to learn the authentic Pure Land teachings under a virtuous teacher who possesses right understanding and right view? Those good spiritual friends around us who introduces us to this path, guide us, and support us along the way can also be viewed as our virtuous teachers. Through this guidance, we come to realize that as ordinary beings, we cannot rely on our limited self power to attain liberation. Instead, we must fully rely on Amitabha Buddha's compassionate vows to transcend the cycle of birth and death. This understanding helps us let go of attachments to self-effort and develop complete trust in the Buddha's power and the conditions that support our practice. To hear the true Dharma and encounter a good teacher who guides us in Buddha recitation is not something to be taken for granted. It is the result of deep and rare karmic affinity. Moving forward, we should remain grateful, practice according to the teachings, support and care for one another as Dharma companions, and continue to progress together. At the same time, we should strive to become good spiritual friends for others, so as not to waste this precious human life and this rare opportunity to encounter the Dharma. Thank you for listening. Namo Ami Tuofo.